The good old VLOOKUP. It's becoming a cliche these days. I've seen the word VLOOKUP in resumes as a skill. If you ask someone how good they are at Excel and they say, "Oh yeah, I know VLOOKUP," um, yeah, you hear it a lot. It's also one of the most overused words among management. Hey, Bill, can you do a VLOOKUP on this table for me and get me my quarterly reports or whatever? Um, but do we really know how to use it? So this video is one of those tutorials where I try to go through what a formula is and what it comprises of and how to use it. So let's get started. I've got this table here. I've got this little like an English test with some blanks. I've got blank lives in a blank, and I've got this table of people with name, a department, and town. I've got Monica from sales who lives in Sydney. I've got Peter from marketing who lives in Udna. I'm not going to try that. I'm going to change it to Bondi. And Steve from marketing lives in, yeah, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to change this anymore. You get the idea. So we got the table, a bunch of people work at different places and the towns they live in. So what I want to do is, if for example this table was a table of, say, 10,000 employees, you don't want to be going through the entire list to find where whatnot lives in town whoopie doopie doo. So you need something to help you. When I teach people how to use Excel, I normally try to get them to think of how a human would look at data. So if this table was that table you're looking for, and I ask you, hey, where does Bill live, right? So you look into this table, it's like, oh, I've got the names here, so I'm looking for Bill, right? So I'm looking for Bill. I've got Bill right here. And where does he live? I've got the department, that's not where he lives. I've got town, that's where he lives. So that's column number 3. He lives in Melbourne. So Bill lives in Melbourne. So that's how a human would look at it. Now, how does a VLOOKUP work? So VLOOKUP, as I understand, it stands for a vertical lookup. If you look at some definitions, it will say whatnot looks at the leftmost column, blah blah, and counts the columns to the right or whatever. Whenever I look at that, I get confused myself. So basically, it mimics exactly what we just did just then. So the leftmost column is, you're looking here, you look for the name Bill, which is here, and then it goes to the right like that. So vertical lookup, so it goes down, right? So there's another lookup, which is H lookup, which is horizontal lookup. It will look horizontally. It makes sense. So yeah, so that's the basics of it. Let's have a look at how it's composed in the formula. So I've got this little thing that I've prepared to the right here. I'm just slowly going to zoom out. So that's what the formula normally looks like. So you start with, your VLOOKUP, and you open up your brackets. The first argument is you need to say what you're looking for. So you're looking for Bill, and I'm looking here. I'm going to make, so Bill's there. Looking next is table array. So you're looking up for Bill. You're going to tell the formula where you're looking for Bill. So you need to tell Excel that, okay, I want to look for Bill in this table here, right? You could do this as well. That's fine. You can do the whole thing. But I'm just, for this purpose, I'm just going to do that bit there. So that's a table array. Column number. So once you know where Bill is, you need to tell Excel which column it needs to look for. So in this table here, you can see it's got 1, 2, and 3. So we've got 3 columns there. You know that the town is in column 3, so then column number is number 3. So you're looking for Bill in this table over here, and you want the answer from column number 3. That makes sense. And the last bit there is false. So this is a very typical argument in Vlookup. So false, kind of misleading, but what false means that you want an exact match. You want Bill to be Bill, not Bill 1 or Bill 2. But that's that's for another video. If you wanted to know that argument is true, if you say true in a VLOOKUP, it will find an approximate match, but it can get very complicated, which I'm not going to go through here. So let's try to put that into practice. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to say Bill. I'm going to type Bill there. Bill lives in. I want to do the VLOOKUP, so I'm going to start the formula with an equal sign. I'm going to do VLOOKUP. Open bracket, and if you don't open bracket, you can see it's got, you know, it's got exactly what I just put in there, and it's just to help you, like a visual guide. So lookup value, you're looking for Bill, but you need to look here because that's where you're going to enter your data, right? So you're going to look at that B3 table array. So I'm going to choose the table like that. Then we're separating the arguments with a comma. So column index number, so that's that bit there. So 1, 2, 3. So you're looking at that bit there. So column number 3. I put in another column, a comma there. As we just discussed earlier, true and false there. We're not going to go with true yet. We're going to go with false. So I'm going to do that, and we close the bracket and press enter. And there we go. Bill lives in Melbourne. Now, what if you know, boss waltz in and say, hey, I need to know where Steve lives so I can send him his bonus check or whatever. So you'll say, oh, let me see, boss, give me a sec, I just did this fantastic formula. And the boss goes, oh, is that a VLOOKUP? Oh, yeah, it is. So let's see, Steve. And there we go. Steve lives in, yeah, Wooloomaloo. Right. So there. Yeah, let's try Peter. Peter lives in Bondi. So, that's it. Very simple. Hopefully you guys understood how it all put together, how it's all put together, and how it all works. Sometimes a formula with all these different arguments can get a bit confusing, but VLOOKUP is a very simple formula, and it is used all over. I have never seen an organization that does not use VLOOKUP. Even though my personal preference is something else, but that's also for another video, which I will do a comparison and show you the pros and cons of the different formulas that do the same thing. But for this purpose, hope you guys learned something here, and I'll see you in the next video.